And thanks for joining us on the news at 7. My name is Joy Ken Abakpuya. The Senate Committee on Aviation has expressed dissatisfaction with the relocation and changes on the original master plan of the new Lagos Terminal building under construction at the international wing of the Murtala Muhammed International Airport. The Chairman Senate Committee on Aviation, Hope Uzodinma, made this observation while on an inspection tour of facilities at the airport. Vera Chiumba reports that the 12-man committee also frowned at the 174 billion naira debt incurred by the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria.
The Senate committee members, led by the chairman Hope Uzodinma, visited domestic and international wings of Murtala Muhammed Airport to assess the utilization of budget appropriated for 2013 projects. The committee chairman frowned at the alteration in the technical scope and specification in the new terminal building. He said the original structure was meant to accommodate more aircraft with 18 avio bridges. It has, however, been reduced to 4, which makes the terminal smaller and congested. Mr. Uzodinma wondered if FAN sought the approval of the presidency in the project being built with $500 million loan from China and $100 billion counterpart fund from the federal government.
Anything worth doing is worth doing well. We only needed to look at the design of the new terminal. And if we must do something new, we must do something that will be better than what we did 40 years ago. So the space where it is presently located, we thought, our thinking is that it would have been better if we have some shared land and space.
The legislators also complained about the lighting and cooling systems at the airport. They stressed the need for the airfield lighting system to work every day in the interest of safety. On the 174 billion naira debt incurred, the chairman said FAN did not get prior approval from the upper legislative house, but with the commitment of the federal government and FAN, efforts will be made to pay the contractors.
The visit of the Senate Committee on Aviation is to ascertain the status of ongoing projects and to ensure that they are completed within the stipulated period. In Lagos, Vera Chiumba, NTA News.
Over the last 3 years, the country's aviation industry has undergone a radical transformation, thereby changing the course of aviation in Nigeria. Again, Vera Chiumba, who has followed and monitored the progress in the aviation industry, says Nigeria has become a hub and a reference point in the West African region.
The aviation industry made a quantum leap, resulting from massive infrastructure development.
For more than 3 decades, the Nigerian aviation industry grappled with obsolete and dilapidated infrastructure until the present administration tackled the Hydra-headed problem through massive infrastructure development of aviation facilities.
22 existing airports in the country were remodeled and expanded, including 4 international airports. An important feature of the infrastructure upgrade is the addition of cargo handling facilities, exposing farmers to global international market for perishable agricultural produce. Construction of 5 brand new international airport terminals are ongoing.
The gains in the aviation industry has been quite tremendous. You look at it infrastructural-wise, regulatory-wise, and then equipment-wise. For the past 3 years, the performance has been quite good. We should sustain it, and we shouldn't allow it to go back. Because other nations have looked towards Nigeria as a reference point in aviation industry. The area that needs looking into is the autonomy of NCAA. It should not be tampered with, it should not be tinkered with. We should avoid frequent changes of guards.
Emphasis have been put into airport remodeling, and that has shown that if you go to Murtala Muhammed Airport and some of our airports, there have been a very, very good innovation that was carried out, a transformation in the sense that you feel very relief. We have talked about fuel, which is a very major factor, how the government can bring the marketer together, give them some soft landing, multiple charges by agency of government. A lot of airlines are coming into this country. We have nothing less than 28 foreign carriers coming into this country. And how many Nigerian carriers are going outside? You can only mention one or two. So it's a very, very sad situation.
The Aerotropolis project by the Aviation Ministry is expected to attract investors to develop areas near the airport to flourishing economic and social centers. Foreign and local investors have shown considerable interest in investing in this sector. The Nigerian airspace has been adjudged to be very safe with the introduction of ultra-modern track-on project, which has linked several air traffic towers at the key airports. The attainment of Category 1 status by Nigeria has its own huge benefits. FAA only recently concluded recertification audit of the country's safety standards to revalidate the status.
Very critical successes recorded by this administration is in the area of transport. It's not only aviation, even road transport, the railway, and all the rest.
From the point of view of the airspace management, we made a lot of improvement. Now, how do we sustain that kind of a thing? You can only sustain by allowing the experts to continue to do their job. We can only sustain if we maintain the standard already achieved, which means we cannot introduce a Nigerian style. It has to be in line with standard and recommended practices of ICAO. To train and retraining is essential, and maintenance of all this equipment.
The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has also installed wind shear alert systems at the 4 international airports and Doppler weather for real-time information. Furthermore, the Ministry of Aviation has signed some bilateral agreements with several countries, especially Israel and Jordan, to facilitate direct flights to the country. In recognition of Nigeria's safety standards, a Nigerian, Dr. Bernard Aliyu, was elected president of ICAO. The move amounted to a vote of confidence in the Nigerian aviation industry. In Lagos, Viara Chumuba, NTA News.
21 customers of MTN Nigeria have been selected to embark on holy pilgrimage to Israel. The beneficiaries have been urged to use the opportunity to pray for the peace and unity of Nigeria. Emmanuel Ubuna, who was at the event, has more.
MTN, with some of its core values, leadership, innovation, integrity, can-do spirit, and relationship connection, as well as its current slogan, leave good behind, be better, will give 21 customers from various parts of the country the opportunity to visit the Holy Land on pilgrimage and get better in their faith. This is to show that MTN also cares about the spiritual well-being of its customers and Nigerians. Some of MTN Nigeria officials comment on the trip.
We know as a country that people are very passionate about their faith, and from time to time MTN tries to reward people through their passions, and this is one of such things that we're doing.
We want them to be better in their faith. We want them to go to Israel. We want them to pray concerning their family, concerning themselves, and to remember the country also.
Here are some of the beneficiaries.
I see that's a time to commune with my Lord, to have a personal experience, to see and be part of what I've been taught. MTN has given me a wonderful privilege to visit Israel for the first time in my life.
Oh, MTN, as far as I'm concerned, I've been benefiting from MTN, and this is the greatest benefit.
MTN have used this privilege to invite us in this amazing blessings, and we wish our coming back, wow, the peace of heaven will continue to rest on MTN.
Faith Onyekachuku came up with this song in appreciation of MTN's kind gesture.
Thank you, MTN, for taking me to Israel. Thank you, MTN. Oh.
The pilgrims who will be in the Holy Land for about 14 days are expected to visit various places of interest to their spiritual lives and deepen their faith in God.
Mixed reactions have continued to trail the recommendation by delegates of the ongoing national conference that religious bodies be made to pay taxes. A cross-section of Lagosians bear their minds on the issue.
tax from the church to the government, either state or federal, is not the best. Why? Because we believe that when you are fellowshipping in one church or the other or mosque, you are serving your God. That shows that you have to pay money before you serve your God, which is not what&where. And if they should collect tax from Muslim and Christian per se, therefore they have to locate all the infidel, the traditional churches all over Nigeria.
Tax is good, but I think I would say yes if it's properly being utilized by the states or the nation. But you know, our country now, so I'll go with yes if they use it for, you know, if the money is channeled in the right places. You know, the essence of tax, if it's met, then I think I would say yes.
It's not a welcome development because, number one, when God is doing something for your life, He did not ask you to pay Him back. So for secondary, for somebody to say, okay, this is church, you have to pay so amount for the government, I don't know where that money is going. It's not the right development at all.
I think those that are working in the churches and the mosques are the ones that should pay taxes, you know, on the revenues that they receive in terms of salaries, in terms of wages. So I don't support that churches and mosques should pay taxes.
Generally, it's not a bad idea, but I think you should have limitation. Religious institutions, churches and mosques should not be asked to pay taxes. It's not a business going concern. And besides, people who worship there, they work. The organizations, the entrepreneurs do work there, they pay their taxes. So these are contributions still made from their income. So why are you taxing them?
The need to inculcate in children the importance of research development has been emphasized. Annie Payosini reports that the emphasis was by a speaker at a symposium in Lagos, organized by the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research, Yaba.
Speakers at the event with the theme, Educate the Child, Develop the Nation, noted that researchers, just like other professionals, contribute significantly to national development. They, however, decried the attitude of some parents and guardians who think it obligatory for them to choose careers for their children and wards against the will of such children. They attribute these trends to the ignorance on the part of those parents. The speakers revealed that a research scientist can begin with just basic qualification in any field of endeavor.
We need to stimulate their interest in research, so some of them who come into research like we are. I'm primarily a gynecologist, but I realize that for you to make giant leaps in gynecology, you need researchers, gynecologists who are focused into finding new ways of solving any problem to be in research institutes.
Once they come here, we tell them the rudiments of science, technology, and innovation. And this will help them in their studies. This will help them in their future careers. And we're introducing them very, very early, you know, to science, technology, not just health research, but to science, technology, and innovation.
The pupils were also given some road safety tips.
It is also paramount that when they are being driven, everybody in the vehicle should fasten their seatbelt. It doesn't matter who is in front or the back. Every occupant in the vehicle must make sure that they use their seatbelt fastened very well.
The participants are students drawn from various schools across Lagos State. They described the symposium as timely.
I love finding out about new things, so I would like to be a researcher.
I've learned that child education is really important for a developing nation. I've also learned that for a nation to grow and develop, we have to invest in our education.
Observers are optimistic of a positive outcome from the symposium and that Nigeria will be on the way to becoming one of the countries with excellent research capacities. In Lagos, Annie Payosini, NTA News.
If you just joined us, you're watching NTA 2 News at 7. We take a break now. More stories ahead when we return. Stay tuned.
NTA 2 Lagos Network Center brings you broadcast service wherever and whenever through our social media platforms, now live on just a click away. Global news, sports, business reports, politics, issues, events and happenings around the world, your favorite past and present TV programs, drama, documentaries, and for your news headlines, log on to www.youtube.com/NTA2Lagos. Watch, download, comment, and subscribe free. It's simply www.nta2lagos and explore our world of news and events. Available in all smartphones, iPads, and all Android phones. Like our Facebook page, NTA2 Lagos Network Center. You can tweet us at NTA2LNC. NTA2 Lagos Network Center, your reach out station.
Welcome back. After many years of meritorious service to the organization, some staff of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, have stepped aside and handed over the baton of service to their younger colleagues. The Lagos Network Center recently celebrated 5 of its retiring staff at the Sandford party. The report.
Every good thing that has a beginning must also have an end. In the past 35 years or so, some of these officers have either obeyed or issued commands in the course of their service. It was that time when they have to bow out of active service, having put in so much to the growth of the organization.
So many people didn't have this opportunity. 33 years of service at the age of 60. Air, road, sea, mention it.
NTA is a school. They have taught me so much. I started work at the age of 19. Today I'm 53 plus. My life is molded in NTA.
I'm very happy that NTA management, they send us off. I'm not disabled.
I feel thanking God. I feel good. I feel that God has fulfilled His promise in me.
To the retirees, the lifestyle they were used to could be difficult to change in a short while. Knowing this, the management thought it wise to give retirees some health tips to enable them adapt a good lifestyle even while out of active service.
I want to advise that you take your health more seriously. Ensure that you don't live sedentary kind of lifestyle.
While commending their efforts, the acting zonal director, LNC, said their contributions to the organization should be viewed as service to the NTA and an investment in their future goals. He urged the staff to borrow a leaf from their commitment to the organization.
You will enjoy your life. You will live from health to health. You will live and be thankful and give credit every day of your life.
NTA staff say the retirees will be missed.
We're going to miss you.
I will miss. Hey. No, start from here. Cut this thing. Okay. What situation? 140, sir. That's my story.
The retiring staff also had some words of advice to colleagues in the system.
Time now for entertainment news with Thekla Wilkie.
President Goodluck Jonathan has come to the rescue of ailing President of Scriptwriters Guild, Mr. Chike Bryan, by donating 10 million naira for his medical bills. Ailing Chike Bryan, whose 2 kidneys have failed, is up for treatment and needed about 15 million to be flown abroad. Confirming the news, President of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Ibinabo Fiberesima, said Bryan received the money on Monday, May 26 at his residence in Lagos. Fiberesima, while presenting a check of 10 million to Chike Bryan, says she is grateful to the President for responding to her call for help to her ailing professional colleague. Celebrated poet, author, and civil rights activist Dr. Maya Angelou has passed on Wednesday morning in her North Carolina home. She died at the age of 86. Angelou recently cancelled a scheduled appearance at the 2014 MLB Beacon Award luncheon, where she was to be honored with Beacon of Life Award due to health problems. Angelou has been honored with more than 50 awards, including Presidential Medal of Freedom for her collected works of poetry, fiction and non-fiction, including her groundbreaking memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, which made history as one of the first non-fiction bestsellers by an African-American woman. Angelou has published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, and several books of poetry, and is credited with a list of plays, movies, and television shows spanning more than 50 years. She received dozens of awards, over 30 honorary doctoral degrees. She received dozens of awards and over 30 honorary doctoral degrees. Angelou is best known for her series of 7 autobiographies, which focus on her childhood and early adult experiences. She was born at Margarita Ann Johnson on April 4, 1928. May her soul rest in peace.
As part of preparations for the Brazil 2014 FIFA World Cup, Nigeria's Super Eagles will be playing a friendly match with the Scotland team. The football match is expected to commence at 8 p.m. in Scotland. Here in Lagos, sports enthusiasts have expressed their opinions and expectations of the match. The report.
To see a very good, entertaining match. This coupled with the fact that a whole lot of the players will be trying to play themselves out. I expect to see a good match anyway, you know.
I want them to perform well. In fact, for them to score 3-0, just to make them be gingered and to be hardworking, and also for them to be alert, preparing for the World Cup.
I'm expecting a good result from them. Yeah, just like they've been doing in recent time. So I hope they give us a good deal like we've been expecting from them this time around.
Well, it's just 2-0 for the Super Eagles, because I know Africa, we are going there not to just be there as a scapegoat, but to bring something home. This time around, I showed they saw Brazil is for Africa. And I'm sure I'm giving my support to the Super Eagles because I know what they can do. And I know Stephen Kechi as a coach, he's a great one.
And it's on that sporting note we end the NTA 2 Bulletin at 7. Thanks for watching. My name is Joy Ken Abakuya. Good evening.
your regional station, NTA 2, Lagos Network Center.
NTA
will be hosting the third Specialized Trade Exhibition 2014 with the theme Boosting Nigeria's Development Through Creative and Innovative Industrialization. Whatever line of business you belong, this is where you should be. Special featuring industries, agro and allied industry, automotive and machinery industry, building and construction, electronic and electrical, security and surveillance, furniture, wood processing and woodwork, processing and packaging industry, and many more. Register now and book as many stands as you want to showcase what you have. For further inquiries, please call 008-68 52818, 006-6233-379, 003-5118-263. The NTA is the official media partner of the third Specialized Trade Exhibition 2014, and it is organized by Olic Nigeria Limited in association with you.
NTA 2 Lagos Network Center brings you broadcast service wherever and whenever through our social media platforms now live on just a click away. Global news, sports, business reports, politics, issues, events and happenings around the world, your favorite past and present TV programs, drama, documentaries, and for your news headlines, log on to www.youtube.com/NTA2Lagos. Watch, download, comment, and subscribe free. It's simply www.nta2lagos and explore our world of news and events. Available in all smartphones, iPad, and all Android phones. Like our Facebook page, NTA2 Lagos Network Center. You can tweet us at NTA2LNC. NTA2 Lagos Network Center, your reach out station.
15th of June 2014, the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex will be hosting the third Specialized Trade Exhibition 2014 with the theme Boosting Nigeria's Development Through Creative and Innovative Industrialization. Whatever line of business you belong, this is where you should be. Special featuring industries, agro and allied industry, automotive and machinery industry, building and construction, electronic and electrical, security and surveillance, furniture, wood processing and woodwork, processing and packaging industry, and many more. Register now and book as many stands as you want to showcase what you have. For further inquiries, please call 008-68 006-6233-379, 003-5118-263. The NTA is the official media partner of the third Specialized Trade Exhibition 2014, and it is organized by Olic Nigeria Limited in association with Ukraine International Exhibition Center and International Business Concept GmbH. Partners Ugumba, the pride of the Igbo nation. Medallion Marketing Limited, Silvertide Limited, Kings Communications Limited.
4 Toyota Yaris car must be won, and 432-inch LED TVs in just 4 months. Wow! Also, 50,000 units of video milk can be won instantly. To win, buy a StarTimes decoder or recharge to qualify for the monthly draw. The StarTimes Extra Time promo ends 29th August 2014. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our website on www.startimes.com.ng or Facebook StarTimes Nigeria Official for more details.
Introducing StarTimes Soccer Card. Recharge for 1,000 Naira and get extra free days. Go and buy.
StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
NTA 2 Lagos Network Center brings you broadcast service wherever and whenever through our social media platforms now live on just a click away. Global news, sports, business reports, politics, issues, events and happenings around the world, your favorite past and present TV programs, drama, documentaries, and for your news headlines, log on to www.youtube.com/NTA2Lagos. Watch, download, comment, and subscribe free. It's simply www.nta2lagos and explore our world of news and events. Available in all smartphones, iPad, and all Android phones. Like our Facebook page, NTA2 Lagos Network Center. You can tweet us at NTA2LNC. NTA2 Lagos Network Center, your reach out station.
To our love belong the messengers sent to guide. For every nation, those who came, all they tried. to bring back the light, guide through the night, make everything right. There is only one God, Muhammad the last, given the task, peace do we ask. There is only one God, there is only one God. Praise be to Him. My life is His. Glory be to Him. La ilaha illallah.
Do you know your fingers can talk? That they can say virtually everything your mouth can say? And that together we can close the long existing gap between the hearing and the deaf? She is my cousin. Join me Mondays and Wednesdays by 5 p.m. on this station as we dive into the world of sign. Talking fingers. Let your fingers do the talking.
Knowing football just isn't good enough when you can win millions of naira in the Football Genius TV show, the biggest soccer wealth enterprise empowerment and entertainment treasure program. Every week, lives are being transformed as football fans, followers and supporters test their knowledge of the game to win a total of 15 million, yes, 15 million naira star cash prize in the Football Genius TV show, broadcast every Sunday 7:30 to 8 p.m. on NTA 2 Lagos. For sponsorship and advert bookings, call Betsy on 0805 55 Henry on 0809 3651 396, Obinna on 0812 109 8083, and Alphonsus on 0803 394 7799. The Football Genius TV show, turning passion into cash.
Playlist on NTA 2 brings to your view the best of Nigerian music videos every Thursday midnight and Friday 9:30 a.m.
I'm the owner of them body. Where we get from Calabar, Labakan, Friday. From the south to Nigeria.
Be sure to get your fun going. NTA 2, your recharge station. Be sure to get your fun going when you watch the best and latest of Nigerian music videos, Thursdays midnight and Fridays 9:30 a.m.
I'm the baddest boy. I'm the baddest boy. On kick, yeah, never flat apartment. Don't pay now, pop.
Right here on Playlist on NTA 2 Lagos. NTA 2, your recharge station.
This is the network service of the NTA.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control is charged with the responsibility of ensuring the safety of food products consumed by Nigerians. One of the ways to achieve this mandate is through the enforcement of the Prepackaged Food Labeling Regulation of 2005, which stipulates that all packaged foods must be adequately labeled so as to enable consumers make informed decisions. But the responsibility does not end with the agency. For the regulation to be effective, the consumer must form the habit of critically studying the label on food products. Welcome to another episode of NAFDAC in Your Health. I am Susan West Braniff. Have you ever wondered why manufacturers take time to label food products? Is it just to help you recognize the brand you desire to purchase, or is there more to it? Our package today will bring you answers to these questions and more if you stay with NAFDAC in Your Health. A label is defined as a piece of paper or material that is attached to an article to enable its identification, describe its content, and designate its source. All manufactured goods have some form of label to guide intending consumers. This is also applicable to food products. With the increasing variety of packaged foods in the market, consumers have a large range of products to choose from. But to be able to make an informed decision, every consumer has the responsibility of critically studying the label before purchasing.
We have the Prepackaged Food Labeling Regulations 2005, and the regulations is being gazetted, tells you what we need to do on the labeling. And then some of our regulations, depending on the product, also tells you what we expect in your label. That is why nobody jokes with the label. You cannot buy any processed food. That's why I call it pre-packaged. It might be whole natural foods. Once it's pre-packed, you have to brand it and put label.
To be able to decide on a food product, a consumer must watch out for the following essential information on food labeling.
There's some information that are supposed to be on a food label. Start with the name of the product. The name should be clearly written, the name of the product. It should be very legible, that whoever that's seen that product will be able to know that this is the name of the food product. Then the ingredients of the product should be listed in descending order according to the weight when it's added. We'll also look at the net weight of the product. If it's a solid product, it should be in grams. If it's a liquid product, it should be in mils. We'll check also the manufacturer, the address of the manufacturer, and the country of origin written clearly on the label. It should tell us where the product is coming from. Then the batch numbers of the product should be written, because if a product is being produced and there is a need to record that product, without batch numbers we'll be able to trace. Then the NAFDAC registration number too, because product that is registered in NAFDAC is supposed to have the provision, the NAFDAC registration number. Then there's another very important thing, the allergy declaration, because there are some people that react to some products like wheat or crustaceans. So there is need that such products that can cause allergy would need to be indicated on the food label. Then storage condition is also important, because there are some products that you need not to store in a place that could lead to contamination of that food product.
In order to ensure that consumers are aware of the nutritional value of the food they consume, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control is going beyond the basic elements of labeling to insist on mandatory labeling of the nutritional value of the ingredients contained in the products.
The nutritional labeling, which NAFDAC is coming out right now to make mandatory for industries to include on every food pack the label the nutritional information of that food, who gives the consumer the informed choice of what to take. We are coming out with a labeling campaign. We are coming out with, we are already meeting with the industry for mandatory nutritional labeling, because most countries now make nutritional labeling mandatory. So when people buy it, they know if they want that product or not. Consumers, read the label. The label is talking to you. The label is talking to you. Read the label. So you can know whatever you are buying is whether it's what is good for you, or is good for your child, or is good for your mother. Even old people need to eat right and get the labeling right. Iodine, iron, all these multivitamin and even zinc. Zinc boosts immunity. You look at, does it have zinc? That's why we are doing a lot of fortification, micronutrient fortification. So even if you are going to buy the processed food, look at what they put there and look at the levels, because we insist they must declare. If we have registered that product, what they have declared there is there, showing you. Some even add the percentage. When you hear percentage RDA, they mean the percentage you need for your daily allowance. We are going to go around education. We have a division on that, educating people. Please read the label.
Stating the nutritional value of ingredients in a food product also helps to curb possible health implications.
If you have issues with your sugar level, the doctor has said you are diabetic, you watch the percentage of sugar, the sugar level of that product. You pick up the products like juices, you pick up which one is this one with no added sugar. At what percentage do you have the sugar in it? If you have a disease issues with diabetes, you should not go for anyone that has any percentage of sugar. People who have issues with heart problems, the people who are hypertensive, you look at to the space where they write sodium. When you see the sodium, you know they are talking about the amount of salt that is in that product. You watch it. You know if it's at 0 level, is it as 1% level, then you go out for it. Then we talk about people who are, you know, when you say high cholesterol and you're hypertensive also, you watch the intake of fats, the type of fats you take. Is it saturated? Is it polysaturated? Is it trans fat? At what percentage? And then there should be 0 trans fat.
When we say trans fat, there was a time the developed countries were making a lot of trans fat. Trans fat is just due to the processing. When they process, they call it the molecular change. It changes. And that change, the fat that happens when it changes due to that processing, gives you a type of fat that is not good for the system, that clogs the arteries.
Regulation of food labeling is not without its challenges, but NAFDAC is poised to combat the trend.
If you are buying something for your children, check how much protein does it have? How much carbohydrate does it have? How much fat does it have? Does it have calcium? Does it have multivitamin? Anybody that puts multivitamin and mineral in a product must give us the percentages, must declare in milligrams a meal. It's not a matter of you don't put anything. Some products we've rejected, they will blow line. I have vitamin C, I have calcium. We now check in the lab, nothing. There's a fine if you don't label right. They think we don't check. Once we check, we don't register it. And then if you now put and we register, and when we are now going around for labeling survey, and we check and you don't have, get ready for us. We're going to destroy all those products.
Consumers are advised to report cases of suspicious labeling to NAFDAC.
Please read the label. Reading the label is shining your eye. Not only NAFDAC reg number when you're talking of food, or the best before date, when it will expire, when you cannot use it again, or batch number. Read what is inside there. So if anything is wrong, go to the nearest NAFDAC office and report.
The importance of food labeling cannot be overemphasized. Consumers are thereby encouraged to adopt the habit and practice of reading food labels critically, boycott suspicious products that contain misleading information, and provide feedback information on inadequate and misleading labeling to NAFDAC.
So, Papa, now, what did they do so? Na promo, use the phone become millionaire.
Nothing. You never hear say now that don't bring wetin they call mobile authentication service. We go help us know whether medicine na fake or not before we pay. Now come see. As I scratch this thing wey be like recharge card so, come send the pin to 38353 free of charge. I go come receive text message to confirm. Okay, original.
True. Just like that, we fit confirm whether medicine na fake or not instant.
Now when you say that wise up, make you help not and spread the story na the way be that. Madam, come and take your money.
Now, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, they bring on this message.
Update segment is next. Stay with NAFDAC in your health.
The Director General of NAFDAC, Dr. Paul Ohi, and Chairman of the NAFDAC Governing Council, Professor John Ibu, and other members, including Pharmacy Paul Enebeli and Alhaji Nasriki Tukun, recently paid a working visit to the China Chamber of Commerce in Beijing. Welcoming the NAFDAC delegation, the Vice President of the China Chamber of Commerce Beijing, Dr. Zuming, said that the bilateral trade between Nigeria and China has witnessed rapid growth, especially in the area of pharmaceuticals. He stated that China exported roughly $240 million worth of medicinal products to Nigeria in 2013, thus making Nigeria the second largest importer of made-in-China pharmaceutical products. Speaking on the purpose of the visit, the Director General of NAFDAC, Dr. Paul Ohi, said the need to further strengthen collaboration with the Chamber of Commerce informed the visit, and also disclosed that Nigeria is boosting local manufacturing of pharmaceutical products, and this will enhance trade since Nigeria imports active pharmaceutical ingredients from China. He also said that the agency has introduced electronic registration for easy registration of products. The chairman of the NAFDAC Governing Council, Professor John Ibu, and pharmacist Paul Enebeli also expressed the need for closer ties to strengthen bilateral trade in the pharmaceutical sector. The visit of the NAFDAC delegation to the China Chamber of Commerce in Beijing is in furtherance of NAFDAC collaborative effort in the fight against counterfeiting to ensure that regulated products, especially food and drug imported into Nigeria, are of good quality, safe and efficacious. The NAFDAC delegation also paid a courtesy call to the head of mission of the Nigerian Embassy in China, His Excellency Olushola Patrick Onodipe. Dr. He briefed the head of mission on the purpose of the visit. Welcoming the Director General of NAFDAC, Chairman of the NAFDAC Governing Board and other members, His Excellency Olushola Patrick Onodipe expressed happiness, saying that the visit will enhance bilateral trade.
The importance of that visit is that it serves as a follow-up, more so in the protection of Nigerians in terms of what is shipped into Nigeria. Yes. This visit is very important, it's very significant. We are happy in the embassy. It's in the spirit of our bilateral relations.
The visit of the NAFDAC delegation to China will further strengthen collaboration and bilateral trade between Nigeria and the People's Republic of China. The mobile water laboratory recently launched by NAFDAC in collaboration with Emani Global Network Limited has commenced on-the-spot testing of packaged water. The team of Emani Global Network staff and NAFDAC officers, led by the Director of Food Safety and Applied Nutrition, Ogochukwu Menasara, recently kicked off the implementation of on-the-spot packaged water testing using the recently acquired mobile laboratory. The Managing Director of Emani Global Network Limited spoke on the scope of the test and its procedure.
Collect the water samples, okay? Then we have the CP1000, that one does the chemical analysis. So once that one is done, now we enter the information of the company into the computer, the database. We have the number, the company's name, the address, the product name, and if it's sachet or is it table water. Now once that is done, then we take the water samples and go to the vehicle and do the, using the metallizer to do trace element. We do lead and cadmium in the vehicle. Once that result is being generated, we enter the information in the system. Then we go and do the microbiology. The microbiology takes about 24 hours. Because we have to do the fecal coliform, total coliform, and pseudomonas. Then once we get the result after the incubation, then that's where we enter the information into the database, and that's where we send that information.
The Director of Food Safety and Applied Nutrition also highlighted the benefits of the test for Nigerians.
It is going to help the agency, it's going to help the packaged water producers, it's even going to help the the federal government on their public health initiative and policy. Wherever there is a problem, we can narrow it down to the local government and the particular ward where the problem is coming from. So, packaged water producers will not be blamed for what is not their fault anymore. Now, any waterborne outbreak, if there's cholera, this packaged water people again. If there's typhoid, this packaged water people again. So, please, 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 we have started. Thank God for our digital DG. We have taken off. We're on ground, and we're going to go around all the states of the Federation to do our on-the-spot mobile laboratory evaluation of water.
The exercise kicked off in Maraba, Nasarawa State with the fresh packaged water manufactured by the president of the Association of Table Water Producers, Ubi I Ubi, who commended the transparency in the exercise.
The annual monitoring exercise has just commenced with my factory, my water processing plant, and the team of analysts have gone through our samples and they have found it quite good. The exercise is not to winch hunt anybody, it's to determine what water producers do in the country, which of course is very good for the consuming public. And so I encourage every water producer to key into this exercise, knowing fully well that this is where we establish public confidence.
The NAFDAC Zonal Coordinator North Central expressed happiness with the development.
I'm very proud that the program has taken off from this zone, which is a very historic moment for us.
Cooperate with us. You'll be seeing our staff moving around, coming to your factories to check.
The mobile water laboratory evaluation exercise, which is geared towards on-site physiochemical and microbiological test of packaged water, will be conducted in all the states of the Federation. This innovation, which is the first of its kind, is another cutting-edge technology deployed by NAFDAC in its bid to safeguard the health of the nation. A team of development partners comprising of representatives from the Partnership for Transforming Health Systems Parts 2, the Department of International Development DFID, and the World Health Organization recently visited the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. Addressing the meeting, the National Program Manager of Parts 2 in Nigeria, Mike Egbo, stated the purpose for the visit.
We had a meeting, the steering committee, met yesterday to discuss the way forward. One of the reasons for that meeting is that there is a contract in place right now between WHO and DFID to support the process that we have been pursuing over the years. That's to certify the Yaba laboratory.
The representative of DFID, Ebera Nyao, stated that the project was indeed ambitious but realizable.
It's quite a challenging and ambitious goal, but I think it's possible. Normally this process should take a minimum of 3 years, as we've been told by WHO. But WHO are committing themselves to bring all the resources and bring everyone to ensure that it's done by December 2015.
Dr. Ogori Taylor of World Health Organization highlighted the challenges towards attaining the WHO pre-qualification accreditation.
We're really committed to this. It's a tall order, but WHO is committed, and we're also committed at the global level to support Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the most important countries in the WHO region, and many times we have priorities given to Nigeria, and so we are going to pursue that in the same manner.
In his response, the Director General of NAFDAC, Dr. Paul He, stated that NAFDAC is poised to obtain WHO pre-qualification for the laboratories. He then pledged NAFDAC's commitment to the pre-qualification of the laboratories.
We have been pursuing international accreditation. As you must have heard, we got international accreditation of our laboratories by the American Association of Laboratory Accreditation last year. So we were interested in ISO certification of this laboratory also. But with the new commitment and the new funding that you have brought in, I think we are very committed and we are very interested in this WHO accreditation of our laboratory. We work very, very hard on our own part to make sure that we secure this accreditation.
The team was well received by the entire management of NAFDAC and heads of key departments that will drive the process. The Small Business Support Desk of NAFDAC recently held an interactive forum for stakeholders in the food industry. Delivering the opening remarks, the Small Business Support Desk officer, Declan Ugu, stated that the Open Day Stakeholders Forum was based on demands and feedback from stakeholders who have benefited from previous fora. The Director of Registration and Regulatory Affairs, Dr. Monica Munjeze, while delivering her presentation, reviewed the unit's progress in 2013 and highlighted its projections for 2014. The Chairman Technical Committee of AFPTE, Fred Chiazo, commended the work of the agency and made suggestions on how to iron out some challenges. The forum was highly interactive as stakeholders sought clarity on the various functions, operations, and tariffs of NAFDAC. The Small Business Support Desk is set up to assist and encourage small-scale businesses in order to stimulate industrialization and alleviate poverty in the country.
In line with his transformation agenda, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, through the Federal Ministry of Health, has declared zero tolerance for counterfeit medicines and other unwholesome regulated products. In fulfillment of this mandate, NAFDAC has intensified efforts with the massive arrest of counterfeiters, seizure of unwholesome products, and prosecution of offenders across the country. Our traditional rulers have affirmed their full support for this crusade.
The job being done by NAFDAC is indeed very, very remarkable. That is in terms of ensuring good drug. Any fake drug now, people are becoming aware of it.
We are very happy. I am particularly happy about what NAFDAC has been doing.
Support NAFDAC to rid the country of all counterfeit and unwholesome regulated products. NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation.
Do you have problems from using any medicine? Please let us know by sending a text message to 20543 on Glow, MTN or Etisalat. For cases of unsatisfactory service delivery or fraudulent act by any NAFDAC officer, please report to the Reforms Unit of NAFDAC on the following numbers: 081-8724-1488, 090-942-62773, 090-942-62772, or email nafdacreforms@gmail.com, reforms@nafdac.gov.ng. For more information on the program or any case of fake, substandard, or unwholesome regulated products, please report to the nearest NAFDAC office or send an SMS to the following numbers: 0805-874-1647 or 081-3363-0600. Visit our website on www.nafdac.gov.ng. Find us on Facebook at NAFDAC Nigeria. Follow us on Twitter at NAFDAC Agency or watch our videos on YouTube.
We have come to the end of today's episode. I hope you have been informed. We are what we eat, so we owe it to our bodies to study the labels on food products so as to make informed decisions that may save our lives. Thank you for watching. Please tune in again, same time next week. I am Susan West Braniff. Goodbye.
The Office of the Secretary
Original station, NTA 2, Lagos Network Center.
Network Center, your reach out state. This is the network service of the NTA.
But I feel I'm responsible for her.
Because of the baby?
Yes.
So you say that about your boss because he made a decision you don't approve of. Wasn't it his decision that built this place, that pays your salary?
But Camille, Philip doesn't particularly have a good track record.
Maybe not, but it's a noble thing when a father believes in his son that much.
Soji, are you two sleeping at this time?
I remember hearing voices, like Reginald talking to someone, a woman, I think.
Well, it could have been anyone. Someone from the ambulance.
Angela.
Angela?
What are you talking about?
Yesterday when Susan was attacked, was Angela at her house?
Susan took a bump in the head.
Fine. And by the way, your hint at divorce yesterday. I've thought about it and I agree. Let's get moving.
Enjoy exclusive benefits suited just for you with the new Airtel Premier Club. When you're on our Premier roaming bundles, you will enjoy free incoming calls and reduced call rate to more than 25 countries anytime. You can also enjoy 25 to 45% discount on room rates in select hotels like Eco Hotel and Southern Sun, a 10% discount on showroom prices for BMW and Mini vehicles, and 10% discount on all Puma products. Dial 2020 or 0802-150-2020 for more information. It's Airtel Premier exclusively for you. Come alive with Airtel.
You know, we know. You tie, you check, we know. You hide, you deny, we know. I know you know, it shows I know. Solve it with always. Lucky in the blue zones, move it. Anyhow, no stays, so we won't know. Show it, move it so your confidence will show. Move it, anyhow, we will know. Stay happy always.
Reginald isn't here yet.
No, but your lunch is ready.
I don't want it.
I'm sure you don't, but you haven't had anything to eat all day. Remember, you're eating for 2 now. You're carrying very small, you know. One can hardly even tell you're pregnant. Is it really Reginald's baby?
Of course.
Sorry, just asking.
Why would you even ask that? In fact, don't you have a job to get to? Get out of my house! Get out!
I'm on leave.
Go, just go!
Angela, listen to me. I'm on leave because Brenda asked me to stay and take care of you.
Brenda? Why would Brenda think I need taking care of?
Well, I'm here not just because Brenda asked me to be here. I'm worried about you too, Angela. And I don't trust you on your own anymore.
So, much more than I do, you know what's best for me, eh?
Yes. And I won't stand by and watch you destroy yourself.
Alpha.
You're the one who's usually neat and I'm the one who's scattered. Look at me now. How are the mighty falling?
Sorry about the mess.
It was a joke. So I was just trying to cheer you up. By the way, what's the latest with your photography? No big contracts?
Don't do that, man.
Don't do what?
Don't pretend that nothing happened.
I was just trying to get your mind off what happened.
I don't want to get my mind off it. Someone broke my heart. I'm angry and I want to talk about it. And my friend is supposed to be my listening ear right now.
Fine. I'm here for you, man. Talk to me, I'm listening.
You know what hurts the most? It's not even that telling I slept with Kwame. Although if I see that guy, and it's not even that she waited until our wedding day before she told me. Neither is it the part where she confided in everyone else before me.
Then what is it?
It's that he was her first. While she was engaged to me, living with me. I waited and waited to make love to her, and out of respect, she just took...
I understand.
But I guess she didn't have any respect for me.
Mama's cooking. Let's help her. Wait! My mama says before touching food, you should wash your hands with soap.
But my hands are clean.
I can't see germs, but they're everywhere.
Look under special blue light. To protect against germs, I recommend regularly use soap. Safeguard removes millions of germs, and additionally, it inhibits regrowth of germs that might cause skin rashes for hours.
That is why me, mommy, daddy, and my brother regularly use Safeguard.
Supported by the African Medical Association.
Going somewhere?
What is your business? And how dare you lock me up in my own house?
Just following orders.
Whose orders?
Mine.
So I'm starting to feel like I never knew who she really was. You know?
Yeah.
Do you know what it feels like? To think that you finally found someone you want to spend your life with.
Yeah.
And then to have the whole thing ripped off you while you're standing at the altar.
Yeah. No. I don't.
I do. And it's hell.
Terrible. Just terrible. What's the time? Wow. It's getting late.
Why do you think she did it? What is it about him? What does he have that I don't?
Nothing, man. Nothing.
Dinner's ready.
Yeah, thanks.
20-something years and you still suck at this.
Oh, really? Then be my guest.
Hey. Yes, in your face.
Look, you're someone's mother now. Remember, you're too old for that.
And you're too old to keep getting beat by your sister.
Yeah, right. That was a fluke through anyway.
In your dreams. I know it must have come as a shock to you, Dad picking you to direct the film.
It was a surprise.
Think you can handle it?
Do you?
Of course I do, but do you? That's what matters most.
Come on, stop forcing, Monica. I've got it under control.
Great. I love a confident man. It's great to know. Come on, dinner's getting cold.
In a minute.
So what's the matter with you, little Mary?
She's not sleeping well, doctor. And she's so cranky in the mornings.
And how is she feeding?
She's got a good appetite, touch wood.
Then maybe it's her diaper making her wet.
But a diaper doesn't leak.
It's not only about leakage. A diaper can feel dry on the outside but could still be wet inside.
Oh, that could be why she doesn't sleep well.
And that's why I recommend Pampers, because they keep your baby dry.
Pampers locks wetness away from your baby's skin by turning it into gel.
With Pampers, you'll sleep peacefully, little Mary, so she'll be ready to shine every morning.
Endorsed by Pediatric Association of Nigeria.
When did you get here?
20 minutes ago.
Philip's gone to bed?
Yes, as soon as he was done with dinner, he went home. I'm playing catch-up. I seem to have missed quite a bit.
Yeah, everyone's talking about Philip, the hot new director.
Are you surprised?
No, he's wanted it for so long.
Yes, directing is his first love. I just felt he needed to understand the business side of the industry first.
And it was the right decision. I'm sure he's grateful for it right now.
Is he? In fairness to him, perhaps I should have made fewer decisions for him and asked more questions.
Well, Philip is very talented, but he can also be very irrational. Some decisions have to be made for him.
What I fail to understand is that his world, your world, should be able to go on with or without me in it.
Dad.
Death is inevitable, my dear.
When you were in the coma, all those nights that I was by your side, I spoke to you a lot. Did you ever hear me?
Amaka asked me the same thing. I'm not sure. I have some flashes, but they feel more like parts of a dream than actual memories.
How can you lock me in like this?
If I let you out, where would you go?
That's not important. We're talking about my personal liberty here.
Reginald must have had quite a hold on you for you to have stopped taking your medication.
I was fine.
No, you weren't, and you know it.
I just didn't want to risk hurting the baby.
Yeah, Reginald's baby. Right now, getting your life back in order is the most important thing. It's time for your next dose.
No.
Angela, I checked the drug information leaflets. It is not contraindicated in pregnancy. Your baby will be fine.
What if something goes wrong?
Nothing will. Now, take your drugs.
Hey, what's
It's been like that for hours.
Just lying there, not talking or moving? I think I know what it is. He's gone catatonic.
Cata what?
It makes you stay in one place. You don't move, you don't talk, you don't eat.
Can it be caused by stuffs like heartbreak?
I hear it's caused by shock. Come on, do something. You can't just leave him staring at the ceiling forever.
What am I supposed to do?
Help him snap out of it. I mean, find something to take his mind off Telema.
Easier said than done.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Reginald.
I'm sorry I couldn't make the meeting yesterday.
It's fine. I got your message. Amaka told me something about your house being boggled.
Yes, sir, but we are over it now. How did the meeting go, sir?
As well as can be expected. I take it that you've heard by now that Philip is directing the film.
Yes, sir.
I need you to give him everything he needs to do the best job he can. And more important, protect the production from problems he'll create.
I understand, sir. I have a pile of work on my table I need to clear up. So if that would be all, sir.
Yes, of course. Thanks, Reginald.
Yeah, Daddy asked to see me.
You will need to prepare a director's treatment for the film and stick to the style already established by Donald.
For you?
You'll present a client, our partners, and the real management team.
Well, the last time I wrote a treatment was in film school.
Well, dig in your old books if you have to.
What are you working on?
I am trying to wade through these reports here.
All right, then I'll let you get on with it.
Actually, there's an omission from these reports which you can clarify for me.
What's that?
When I was in hospital, you mentioned something about Angela Dede Zakon Mo.
That's right.
And that she's been working as your PA.
Well, I think Reginald is in the best position to answer your questions.
And why is that?
Well, because Angela was Reginald's PA at the time, and she was extending services way beyond her job description.
Tell Reginald to get back in here now.
Will do.
Okay, Soji, enough is enough.
What is it?
He speaks.
Yes, and I hear too. You and Ellen should speak more quietly next time you want to gossip about me.
We're just concerned.
I'm fine.
No. You've been in this room for too long. Let's go out.
Don't want to go anywhere.
Let's go get breakfast. Your BC's rice will be ready by now.
I'm not hungry.
Even for your BC's rice?
Not interested.
Okay, football.
Chicks, I'm not in the mood to do anything. That means I have to get up, get dressed, and go out.
So, we'll play cards.
So what's the matter with you, little Mary?
She's not sleeping well, doctor. And she's so cranky in the mornings.
And how is she feeding?
She's got a good appetite. Touch wood.
Then maybe it's her diaper making her wet.
But a diaper doesn't leak.
It's not only about leakage. A diaper can feel dry on the outside but could still be wet inside.
Oh, that could be why she doesn't sleep well.
And that's why I recommend Pampers, because they keep your baby dry.
Pampers locks wetness away from your baby's skin by turning it into gel.
With Pampers, you'll sleep peacefully, little Mary, so she'll be ready to shine every morning.
Endorsed by Pediatric Association of Nigeria.
Introducing Airtel Entertainment Store, where you get the latest Nollywood, music videos, football, and a whole lot more for just 5 naira. And it's all on the Airtel Entertainment Store. Simply dial *828# on your mobile phone and get all the latest entertainment at 5 naira only. Visit www.ng.airtel.com for more details. Come alive with Airtel.
They asked me the same questions I've been asking myself, and you.
Like
how can it be called a burglary if nothing was stolen? And how come the whole place was cleaned up by the time I got home?
He can tell his philosophy of life to the ceiling and leave me alone to sleep. I'm sure it's going to be a fascinating conversation.
So you left Soji alone at the flats? Don't you know the people who go through heartbreaks are suicidal sometimes?
Come on. So you are talking about here.
Enjoy exclusive benefits suited just for you with new Airtel Premier Club. When you're on our Premier roaming bundles, you will enjoy free incoming calls and reduced call rates to more than 25 countries anytime. You can also enjoy 25 to 45% discount on room rates in select hotels like Eco Hotel and Southern Sun, a 10% discount on showroom prices for BMW and Mini vehicles, and 10% discount on all Puma products. Dial 2020 or 0802-150-2020 for more information. It's Airtel Premier exclusively for you. Come alive with Airtel.
No matter where you come.
Your regional station, NTA 2 Lagos Network Center.
NTA 2 Lagos Network Center brings you broadcast service wherever and whenever through our social media platforms, now live on just a click away. Global news, sports, business reports, politics, issues, events and happenings around the world, your favorite past and present TV programs, drama, documentaries, and foreign news headlines. Log on to www.youtube.com/NTA2Lagos. Watch, download, comment, and subscribe free. It's simply www.NTA2Lagos and explore our world of news and events. Available in all smartphones, iPad, and all Android phones. Like our Facebook page, NTA2 Lagos Network Center. You can tweet us at NTA2LNC. NTA2 Lagos Network Center, your reach out station.
To Allah belong the messengers sent to guide. For every nation, those who came, all they tried to bring back the light, guide through the night, make everything right. There is only one God, Muhammad the last, given the task, peace do we ask. There is only one God, there is only one God, praise be to Him. My life is His, glory be to Him. La ilaha illallah.
Welcome to Lekki Oxford Hotels, a place of splendor, luxurious delight, and impeccable services. We treat you like monarchs. Check out the Diplomatic Suite, King's Suite, the tastefully finished Queen's Suite, and the Royal Suite, magnificent with an elegant lounge. Mealtime in a modern and cozy restaurant is a mouth-watering experience with free continental breakfast every day. But entice your palate with more delightful servings in our Chinese restaurant. At Lekki Oxford Hotels, every floor is a charming color scheme, calming nerves and reviving the spirit. Then, relax and unwind in the swimming pool or turn up in our posh gym. For all social engagement, corporate or personal, Lekki Oxford Hotels is a smart choice because we have conference banquet facilities seating 25 to 200 guests, from board meetings to social gatherings and stylish parties. Lekki Oxford Hotels, proudly managed by Thornbury, South Africa.
The NTA Television College, Jos, announces the sale of admission forms into its programs for 2014-2015 academic session. Interested candidates are to obtain the forms at NTA Television College, Jos, and all NTA network centers at the cost of 5,000 naira only. Payment should be made with bank draft in the name of NTA Television College, Jos. Completed application forms should reach the registrar, NTA Television College, Jos, on or before 25th July 2014. For more information, please call 080-37-216-725 or 080-35-941-444. Announcer, Management, NTA Television College, Jos.
All of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. But Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service.
Dynamic and interdependent global economy, transportation is the engine that powers the marketplace of goods, services, information, and ideas. In its drive to develop a business-oriented and livable megacity, the Lagos State government has repeatedly emphasized the primacy of effective transportation management in its policy priorities.
The Transportation Policy Trust of the state, coming from even the previous administration, have been to provide a safe, efficient, reliable, sustainable, integrated multimodal transportation system.
The job of taking Lagos to the next level, transportation-wise, is not for government alone. You too have a role to play. Join the conversation on our program, Lagos Transportation Agenda, showing on this station. Lagos Transportation Agenda, transporting Lagos with pride, dignity, and honor.
Football just isn't good enough when you can win millions of naira in the Football Genius TV show, the biggest soccer wealth enterprise empowerment and entertainment treasure program. Every week, lives are being transformed as football fans, followers, and supporters test their knowledge of the game to win a total of 15 million, yes, 15 million naira star cash prize in the Football Genius TV show, broadcast every Sunday 7:30 to 8 p.m. on NTA 2 Lagos. For sponsorship and advert bookings, call Betsy on 0805 55 Henry on 0809 3651 396, Obinna on 0812 109 8083, and Alphonsus on 0803 394 7799. The Football Genius TV show, turning passion into cash.
Playlist on NTA 2 brings to your view the best of Nigerian music videos every Thursday midnight and Friday 9:30 a.m.
where we get from Calabar, Labake, Fade, from the south to Nigeria.
Be sure to get your phone going. NTA 2, your recharge station. Be sure to get your fun going when you watch the best and latest of Nigerian music videos, Thursdays midnight and Fridays 9:30 a.m.
I'm the baddest boy. I'm the baddest boy. On kick, we never flat apartment.
Federal Executive Council scrutinizes a national implementation plan just as Vice President Sambo commends the handling of Shiroro Power Plant. 15 years after the National Assembly celebrates democratic rule with chest thumping and back patting. In view of the harmful effects of waste to the environment, the House of Representatives adopts a motion to investigate the alleged dumping of waste products by an oil company. In the same vein, the Senate committee, displeased by the loan burden of the Federal Housing Authority, is to investigate activities of the body. Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark the International Day for Museums, with the need to preserve our relics top on the agenda. It is another Wednesday and this is News Extra. Hello and welcome. I am Aisha Bello Mustafa. The Federal Executive Council says the federal government is impressed by the overall outlook of performance in the first 3 years of the first National Implementation Plan towards the realization of Vision 2020-20. Information Minister Labaran Mako, while addressing journalists on the outcome of the council meeting, says the colossal amount of money being spent on fighting insurgency in the Northeast Zone could be channeled to more developmental projects with positive impact on the lives of the citizenry. State House correspondent Shegun Lawole reports.
The first National Implementation Plan under review by the Federal Executive Council was between 2010 and 2013, outlining key sectors, targets, and socio-economic reforms. The Council extensively deliberated on what was presented by the Ministry of National Planning, which highlighted achievements made and challenges with a view to determining the direction of government and implementation of socio-economic reforms that will lead to the second National Implementation Plan between the year 2014 and 2017. This is towards the realization of the Vision 2020 of government.
We believe that from what we saw, the last 3 years have witnessed momentous changes in the economy of Nigeria. We're happy with it. The other institutions such as the capital market, the money market remain very strong, throughout the period of this review. We also saw a lot of increase in infrastructural development. For example, from the report, we saw that we have had a lot of improvements in road construction across the country. Power sector is another area where we saw a lot of increase in terms of the actual investment and results in terms of new power plants built, the reforms that have taken place in this sector. So the first 3 years, which we began review today, gave us a lot of hope that if we continue along these parameters between now and 2017, it is quite possible for us to be able to realize our vision in 2020.
The minister said in spite of the deepening crisis the present administration is confronted with, particularly in insurgency, the president has remained focused and the country will continue to make remarkable progress as witnessed in railways, power, road construction, aviation and agriculture.
You look at the trillion that have gone into some of these distractions. Look at the money we spend in the Northeast every day, over the last couple of years. Now, if that money was available to the president to invest in the railways, to invest in road construction, to invest in education, to invest in agriculture, I'm sure this country would have witnessed economic growth of up to 10% GDP in the last 3 years of this administration. But unfortunately, a lot of this money has to go into things that do not benefit Nigerians, do not improve our welfare. Yet, this leader that has suffered all this has been able to place concretely on the agenda an economy that is working, an economy that is rated by all international agencies as stable and growing, and social services that are returning back to life.
He said another round of ministerial platform is scheduled to start on June 16, where concrete achievements of the Jonathan administration will be showcased.
We want to utilize this time to draw the nation's attention to development issues, concrete development issues, because it's only then that we can reinvigorate confidence in our democracy, in our country.
Shortly after the council meeting, President Jonathan granted audience to the outgoing ambassador of the United Arab Emirates to Nigeria and the High Commissioner of Sri Lanka to Nigeria. In the State House, Shegun Lawale, NTA News.
Basking in the euphoria of Nigeria's 15th anniversary of democratic governance, the Senate has unanimously congratulated President Jonathan, all former leaders of the country, and the entire citizenry for the remarkable achievement in the nation's history. Adopting a motion to that effect, the lawmakers also paid tribute to the armed forces for subordinating themselves to civil authority and called for a united action by Nigerians in the task of fighting agents of instability and maintaining the unity of the country. National Assembly correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Egba, who sponsored the motion alongside all the other senators, expressed satisfaction that the legislature, as bastion of democracy, is steadily stabilizing its practice and procedures in line with international best practices for the overall benefit of the nation.
Determined to enact legislations that will facilitate the transformation agenda and deliver bountiful dividends of democracy to her citizens and build stronger bonds of unity.
All the senators who contributed to the motion acknowledged the challenges bedeviling the nation, saying, however, that ongoing developments in critical sectors of the economy will transform Nigeria into an economic and socio-political powerhouse.
The prospect of prosperity of Nigeria is assured because we believe that Nigeria has all it takes to be a great country, not only in Africa but in the entire world.
The expectation of Nigeria is not yet met, but I think we have gone a long way in meeting quite a number of these expectations.
I believe we need to do more. We can do better.
This president is doing his level best to redirect the ship of state and give us direction and give us leadership.
We need to bring back the rule of law. Whoever does anything wrong should pay the price. And that is the only way to ensure and guarantee sustained patriotism by Nigerians.
The time to restructure Nigeria is now. Nobody is in doubt that it pays us to remain as a nation. What you don't have in the south, you have in the north. We need ourselves as a people.
To the Senate President David Mark, the greatest gain of Nigeria's democratic dispensation so far is freedom, which, however, said must not be used to the detriment of the country.
What we want is a government for the people, by the people. A government where everybody will be a participant. A government that will look after the welfare of the people. And gradually we're beginning to get that.
The Senate also adopted another motion urging INEC to undertake the permanent voters card distribution on a continuing and permanent basis so that no eligible Nigerian will be disenfranchised. The motion, sponsored by Senator Ita Enank and all the other senators, observed that the process is facing serious problems which could lead to serious voter apathy and discredit the 2015 elections.
We should take steps so that there should be no suspicion on the part of INEC and the confidence of the people will be built. This is really the beginning of a fair, free and credible election. If we miss this point, then the whole election is going to be crisis ridden. We must get it right.
Also at Wednesday's plenary, the Senate received 5 reports from the various committees, including the one on finance that investigated allegations of unremitted $49.8 billion oil revenue by the NNPC. And away from plenary, the Chairman Senate Committee on Women Affairs and Youth Development, Senator Helen Esuene, has granted audience to officials of Medicine Sans Frontiers, an international medical humanitarian organization where issues relating to ways and means of offering assistance to Nigerian populations in distress dominated discussions.
These are very pressing areas of need, and sometimes our hands are quite full, as a government.
Senate resumes plenary on Tuesday next week. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
The nation owes the survival of her democracy being celebrated to the loyalty of the military to constituted civilian authority. In this special report, Defense correspondent Muhammad Abdul Qadir examines the supportive roles of the military in defending the nation's democracy in the last 1 year.
Democracy Day is here again, thanks to all Nigerians, including the military, for remaining in the barracks and being apolitical to the nation's body politics.
The military in Nigeria, I can tell you that we are the strong arm of democracy.
As defenders of democracy, the military has continued to subordinate to the political leadership in accordance with the constitutional provision since 1999 to date. The unity of a democratic state cherished by all Nigerians is not without security threats to which the military in the period under review have paid the supreme price to keep Nigeria one.
They are doing, to encourage them, they are doing very well. Strategy that they came up with. The military, they are already at the border, and we can see so many Boko Haram people are coming out and saying that they are giving up, and we are seeing a lot of attack that is happening in Maiduguri, Yobe, and what have you.
So we must have to recognize the role Nigerian military and all the armed forces have been playing since democracy.
In recognition of the role of the military as defenders of the sovereignty of the nation, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Goodluck Jonathan, mobilized them to engage other joint and special task forces.
The Nigerian Army, with the support of the Ministry of Defense, sister services, and other security agencies, has taken adequate steps to curtail and ultimately eradicate these acts of criminalities.
As soon as we're done with stabilizing the Northeast, the next phase of the operation, the next transition, will require more from us.
Insurgency in the Northeast, unrest in Plateau, crisis in Benue, ethnic clashes in Nasarawa, disturbances in Kaduna, Katsina, as well as threats to peace in Abuja, owing to twin bombing capable of truncating democracy, are being confronted headlong by the military.
All the local government areas that were under the control of the Boko Haram elements have been taken over by the Nigerian forces.
Been able to regulate the movement of people in and out of these places.
The period under review witnessed changes in the leadership of the Ministry of Defense, Defense Headquarters, and the Tri-Services.
We must invest in security.
It is a known fact that no nation can survive without military institutions owing to their critical role in nation building at peace and war times against internal and external aggression. The challenge of threat posed by Boko Haram has made the military to be in the eye of the storm, with the major setback being the kidnapping of over 200 Chibok girls. It's in the circumstances of threat to national peace, it is also hoped that the funding and equipment gaps will be filled. This is necessary for them to deliver more on their mandate. In Abuja, Muhammad Abdul Qadir, NTA News.
Nigeria in the last 3 years has recorded significant growth and development with inflow of investment and robust economy. This was part of submission of speakers on NTA Tuesday Live. Talatu Ezerike has the details.
2014 Democracy, a Reflection was the topic on NTA Tuesday Live. The discussants say Nigerians have a lot to celebrate for good governance, especially under the present administration. They advised fellow Nigerians to keep put aside sentiments and applaud the Jonathan's administration, which despite distraction of insurgency, has remained committed to its industrialization drive, job creation, construction of roads and effective railway system.
All the key sectors of the economy we met comatose, before this democratic dispensation, are working. The railways are back. When Jonathan came in, there was no single train moving in Nigeria. Today the trains are moving, 16 of them in Lagos alone. And you have trains moving from Lagos to Kano, from Kano to Nguru. And by the end of this year, the trains will move again from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri.
It is common knowledge that when we came in 2011, we had less than 5,000 kilometers of fair and motorable roads across the country. 3 years on, this number
has been brought to about 25,000 kilometers.
Other gains of the administration, they say, include entrenchment of effective electoral system and technological advancement in the FCT.
We have expanded the city, we have created corridors, we have opened new frontiers. When His Excellency came, we had only done 11 districts in 35 years. During his time, we are delivering 5 districts, and of course we are innovating and initiating new projects in a manner that we will be able to leverage on private capital.
With the commitment of the present administration under President Goodluck Jonathan, the determination to ensure a stable democracy, certainly Nigeria will come up stronger.
Our GDP might be growing, we might be having trains. How are the lives, the quality of lives of the citizens of Nigeria, how is that developing?
The Minister of Information advised the media to be objective with their reportage as he spoke of the developmental plan for government media organs. In Abuja, Talati Ezerike, NTA News.
Vice President Muhammad Namadi Sambo has commended the excellent handling of the Shiroro Power Plant by the new owners, North-South Power Company Limited. State House correspondent Hamza Musa Makarfi reports that the Vice President, who received top management of the company, said government is happy with the arrangement by the company to have consultants on board to advise on technical aspects of the plant. Vice President Sambo also welcomed the company's vision to venture into solar power generation, saying government will link them up with international financing agencies to source for funds at single-digit interest rate. He assured the management of positive outcome of their request to be part of hyperdeck meetings. Chairman of the company briefed the Vice President of progress and challenges in handling the Shiroro Power Plant and assured of his commitment to make the best of opportunities. Also at the meeting were the Minister of Power, Professor Chinedu Nebo, and Minister of State, Muhammad Wakil, as well as the Permanent Secretary, Ambassador Godnose Igali. First Lady Dame Patience Jonathan wants ECOWAS female parliamentarians to push for the passage of legislations that promote greater cooperation within the West African sub-region in tackling security challenges. The First Lady made the call when she received the ECOWAS female parliamentarians who paid her a courtesy visit in Abuja. State House correspondent Makut Simon Machum reports.
The ECOWAS female parliamentarians are a part of the ECOWAS parliament that legislates for the ECOWAS. When the body visited the First Lady Dame Patience Jonathan at the Presidential Villa Abuja, its president, Honorable Tongara Aminata, said they were at the Presidential Villa to express solidarity with the First Lady over the abduction of the schoolgirls in Chibok, as well as exchange ideas on issues concerning the welfare of women. She said they take pride in the fact that the First Lady stands out among other First Ladies on the continent through programs that promote women empowerment. Dame Patience Jonathan thanked them for the visit and said the security challenges in Nigeria cannot be viewed as a Nigerian problem alone, hence all West African countries must unite and fight it.
May I take this opportunity to inform this distinguished gathering that the government of Nigeria is making efforts to ensure the release of the kidnapped girls by their doctors. It is now time for us to be united and make collective efforts if we must defeat our common enemies in the region.
She also appealed to the parliamentarians to advance the passage of laws that entrench the affirmative action, women's empowerment, and other things that advance the cause of women. In their interactions with the First Lady, Dame Patience Jonathan, the ECOWAS female parliamentarians did not lose sight of the contributions of Dame Patience Jonathan towards promoting peace on the African continent and indeed the world at large, just as she challenged them to ensure that the past legislations that will promote the empowerment of women at all levels. From the Presidential Villa Abuja, I am Makut Simon Macham, NTA News.
The House of Representatives has adopted a motion asking its Committee on Environment to investigate the alleged dumping of toxic waste materials by Ajib Oil Company and its business associates in some communities in Delta State. National Assembly correspondent Ifeanyi Okafo reports on this and other activities of the House.
One of the highest points of today's deliberation is the harmful effect of the dumping of toxic waste on human and ecological life. The House this underscores the lawmakers' determination to ensure that this environmental degradation is stopped within the shortest possible time.
Representative Osai Nicholas Osai moved the motion on alleged dumping of 469 tons of toxic waste materials by Nigerian Ajib Oil Company in Ndokwa East Local Government Area of Delta State.
The Nigerian Ajib Oil Company, NAWOC, and other international oil companies operating in the country appear to have developed the practice of dumping toxic waste materials in remote communities and swamps.
Other members who spoke in favor of the motion called for immediate and remedial action to protect members of the public and the ecosystem from the harmful effects of toxic materials.
I want to state categorically that what the IOCs are doing in this country in terms of environmental degradation is something that we must rise up against.
Some of these oil majors are either involved in economic imperialism or endangering the health of our constituents.
The bill for an act to establish the Federal Capital Territory Security Trust Fund, sponsored by Honorable Tajuddin Ayo Yusuf, representing Kaba, Bunu Ijumu Federal Constituency in Kogi State, passed for second reading after an extensive debate by the members.
In Africa, we have a communal living. So, even without this bill, corporate organizations and individuals have been making contribution to make sure our security organization meet the needs.
I want to state it categorically that it is something that will not work. It will not work in the sense that the Constitution has already provided who is in charge of security and well-being of the people.
We know that most problem we have today is associated with funding. And this bill is talking about providing trust fund for security.
If the problem is the problem of funding, then we can begin to look at this bill for what it is. But if the problem is a problem of corruption, then we need to deal with that issue differently.
It is a very well-intentioned bill calculated to enforce that constitutional responsibility of the Parliament of the FCT for the making of law for the peace, order and good governance of the FCT.
Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it. We are driven in the House of Representatives not by politics, but by the interest and greater interest of Nigeria and Nigerians.
However, the bill seeking to make healthcare services free for all children in Nigeria, sponsored by Representative Sunday Adekpoju, was stepped down. The House observed a minute's silence in honor of the wife of Justice Legbo Kutigi and soldiers and policemen who were killed by insurgents in Yobe State. From the National Assembly, Ifeanyi Okafo, NTA News.
The Senate Committee on Aviation has expressed dissatisfaction with the relocation and changes in the original master plan of the new Lagos Terminal building under construction at the international wing of the Murtala Muhammad International Airport. The chairman, Senate Committee on Aviation, Hope Uzodimma, made this observation while on an inspection tour of facilities at the airport. Viera Chinwuba reports that the 12-man committee also expressed dissatisfaction with the 174 billion naira debt incurred by the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria.
The Senate committee members, led by the chairman Hope Uzodimma, visited domestic and international wings of Murtala Muhammad Airport to assess the utilization of budget appropriated for 2013 projects. The committee chairman frowned at the alteration in the technical scope and specification in the new terminal building. He said the original structure was meant to accommodate more aircraft with 18 avio bridges. It has, however, been reduced to 4, which makes the terminal smaller and congested. Mr. Uzodimma wondered if fans sought the approval of the presidency in the project being built with $500 million loan from China and $100 billion counterpart fund from the federal government.
Anything worth doing is worth doing well. We only needed to look at the design of the new terminal. And if we must do something new, we must do something that will be better than what we did 40 years ago. So the space where it is presently located, we thought, our thinking is that it would have been better if we have some shared land and space.
The legislators also complained about the lighting and cooling systems at the airport. They stressed the need for the airfield lighting system to work every day in the interest of safety. On the 174 billion naira debt incurred, the chairman said FAN did not get prior approval from the upper legislative house, but with the commitment of the federal government and FAN, efforts will be made to pay the contractors. The visit of the Senate Committee on Aviation is to ascertain the status of ongoing projects and to ensure that they are completed within the stipulated period. In Lagos, Viara Chumuba, NTA News.
The attention of the Minister of Information, Labaran Maku, has been drawn to a newspaper publication with the caption, "Maku hails new APCON leadership." The report claims that members of the leadership of the association who visited the minister on a private visit were holding their inaugural meeting at the Radio House, Abuja. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the minister, Joseph Muta, says the report was unfounded as the minister would not have been part of the said meeting as the council has not been inaugurated. Therefore, the statement wishes to clarify that the said meeting was a private visit and not in their capacity as the leadership of APCON. Efforts to arrest insurgency in the country, military makes inroad by arresting more of those behind the act. Details after the break. Join us again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ghana. Please remain seated and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. You can now turn on your MTN mobile phone data to enjoy a browsing rate of 5 kobo per kilobyte with MTN One World. Thank you.
Absolutely. Browse like home with MTN One World. Surf on the web from any MTN operating country. Cost the same like home. Enjoy affordable rates when you call and send text messages. Terms and conditions apply. MTN. Everywhere you go.
Love is the greatest of all virtues. The Holy Bible and the Holy Quran tell us so. Love is not boastful. Love is humble, cool under pressure. Love is hope for the next generation. Love is the north, east, west, and south living in unity. Love is progress despite adversity. It makes the impossible possible. Love is a secure nation with prosperity for all. Love is transformation. We need more love. Good luck, Abele Jonathan. Driven by love for God and country. Mr. President, we appreciate you. We who are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
The founder and management of Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti, Abuad, wish to welcome the committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigeria's 150 universities as they arrive Abuad for the annual conference holding from the 1st to the 5th of June 2014. The theme of the conference, Pathways to Sustainable Education in Nigeria, is in consonance with Abuad's vision of reformative education in Africa. The visitors expected at this year's conference are, among others, the U.S. Consul General in Nigeria, the Education Minister, Governors of Ekiti and Ondo States, past and present NUC's Executive Secretaries, JAM Registrar, and the Wi of Ado Oba Rufus Adejube. This year's conference offers an opportunity to university administrators in Nigeria to see physically the magnificent infrastructure and modern teaching equipment which make Abuad a shining beacon of academic excellence. Professor Israel Urubuloye, Chairman, LOC.
Abuad, a vision in motion.
Football is fun. The APC, as no other political party in the state, has anything to offer the electorate.
Senator Adamu Garba Talba and Senator Alkali Abdul Qadir Jajeri remain optimistic on the chances of the APC clinching the seats of the State House of Assembly, as the party has strong roots in Yobe State. Other APC stakeholders who spoke at the event are short of winning the by-election, having all it takes to return the APC to where it belongs. The member representing Nangere constituency in the State House of Assembly, Alhaji Adamu Abubakar Degubi, was killed by a non-gunman in 2012, leaving the legislative seat vacant for the last 2 years. In Damaturu, Mustafa Yusuf Musa, NTA News.
Sorry, that was another APC function in Yobe State. Moving on now, the Ondo State House of Assembly has elected a new speaker. She is Princess Jumoke Akindele, representing Okitipupa 2 constituency. Olubukola Aduo reports.
Mr. Soji Akikolire, representing Okitipupa constituency 1, Princess Jumoke Akindele Okitipupa 2, and Prince Oyebo Aladeton Ilaje constituency 1 were nominated as candidates for the position of the speaker. Their sitting, which had in attendance the 25 members, was presided over by the deputy speaker, Mr. Dare Emiola. The open ballot system was adopted, where members voted for the candidates of their choice. 2 legislators abstained from voting. At the end of the exercise, Mr. Sojaki Kwele got no votes, Princess Jumoke pulled 13 votes, and Prince Oyebo Aladeton 9 votes. The new speaker, Princess Jumoke Akindele, was immediately sworn in by the clerk of the house, Mr. Bode Adeyelu. In her acceptance speech, Princess Akindele promised to provide efficient, effective, and purposeful leadership in collaboration with other arms of government.
Not only will I be transparent, I will be accountable, I will be accommodating, I will be fair.
Shortly after the emergence, the first female speaker, Princess Jumoke Akindele, was officially presented to the governor of the state, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko. Dr. Mimiko congratulated the assembly for being gender sensitive by voting the first ever female speaker in the history of the state. He also said the strong synergy between the legislative and executive arms should be sustained. Princess Akindele, a legal practitioner, emerged as speaker, sequel to the death of the former speaker, Mr. Samuel Adeshino. From Akure, Olubukola Aduwo, NTA News.
The Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria Fly Me to Brazil has held its final draw. This is how it went.
Welcome to the last live draw of the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria's flagship sport promo, TAN's Fly Me Free to Brazil 2014. My name is Udenta O. Udenta, Director of Public Communications and Strategy, Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria. Today, 6 more winners will emerge to complete the task TAN set for itself, preparing and taking 12 Nigerians, all expenses paid, to Brazil 2014 to watch the Super Eagles. Pick one of the lucky winners, pass on to the lady here, Chioma, who will give it to me to read out who the winner is. The first lucky draw is Solomon Ono from Imo State.
My name is Solomon Ono.
Solomon Ono, congratulations. You are a lucky winner of the deep to choose 12 Nigerians that will be financed and in comfort taken to Brazil to watch the World Cup free of charge.
Wow, that's absolutely great. That's been my...
Thank you. We will contact you shortly.
Now we have Emmanuel Enike Opoga from Edo State.
Mr. Emmanuel?
Yes, please.
Congratulations. We are calling you from TAN, Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria.
The name of the next lucky deep winner is Adeleke Ige.
And the number?
And the number is from Oyo State.
Yes. Are we on to Mr. Adeleke?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, we're calling you from Tan.
That's good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. The next lucky dip winner is Oyeronke Oyebanji from Kwara State.
We'll try hard.
Let's draw, Whitey. The next winner of the lucky dip is Ibrahim Istifanus Adamu from Bauchi State.
How do you react?
Thank you very much. I'm very happy.
Wow. The last of our lucky dip winners is Jehumax Ngamkali from Kaduna State. Well, we're looking forward to contact Jehumax.
I'm for time, doing this great these draws to take supporters to support the Super Eagles in Brazil. I think it's going to be a great event. We're going to be there by the grace of God.
Stars first draw on Sunday, 25th May 2014 produced 6 lucky winners. 5 of the winners are on stage with us today. The first winner on stage is Mr. James Benjamin from Adamawa State, Ashiru Kehinde from Ogun State, Saba Ogu from Borno State, Obed Christopher from Plateau State, Isemeka Odidika from Anambra State. The 6th lucky winner is Goswe Dabara from Bayelsa State. Our 12 winners have emerged. Our responsibility now is to package them, process them, and send them to Brazil free of charge to watch the Super Eagles. Thank you for tuning in.
In the final phase of the program, we bring you update of events around the world and sports. Join us again.
Day is almost a clean slate. Opportunities open. The chance to choose.
Investing in agriculture is the key.
Begin your day.
Welcome to the Star Times Extra Time promo, where 4 Toyota Yaris car must be won and 432-inch LED TVs in just 4 months. Wow! Also, 50,000 units of video milk can be won instantly. To win, buy a Star Times decoder or recharge to qualify for the monthly draw. The Star Times Extra Time promo ends 29th August 2014. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our website on www.startimes.com.ng or Facebook Star Times Nigeria Official for more details.
Introducing Star Times Soccer Card. Recharge for 1,000 Naira and get extra free days. Go and buy.
Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Thank you for being there. Egypt's presidential election ends as United States President Barack Obama outlines United States foreign policy. Plus, Thailand's military releases 124 people detained after coup. These and more on Global Tidbits with Chimdimma Ndobuisi.
Egypt's polls close and ballot counting has commenced. Hamdin Sabahi, one of the presidential candidates, had threatened to withdraw from the race due to extension of voting period. In Libya, warplanes bomb armed group bases in eastern Benghazi. United States had warned its citizens in the country to leave following increased violence. In the meantime, Syrians abroad have started voting in the nationwide elections slated for Tuesday next week. In France, Police in Calais City demolished 3 camps of migrants from Africa and other continents. That's Global Tidbits. Chimdema Ndibisi, NTA News.
And on the sports scene, Nigeria denies match-fixing allegations surrounding the Scotland match as France warms up for Brazil FIFA World Cup with victory at home. Amanzi Marcus has more on Sports Update.
As Nigeria Super Eagles continue preparations for Brazil 2014 World Cup, it appears some people are bent on introducing distraction into the camp. Late afternoon on Tuesday, news in international media started making the rounds that Wednesday night international friendly between Nigeria and Scotland is under investigation for match fixing. Nigeria Football Federation from London already said that the story is total falsehood. The International Crime Agency, reported to be investigating the case, has not contacted the Nigeria Football Federation, and the Federation's FIFA agent Jairo Pacon also says there's nothing like that.
The Scottish Football Federation hasn't mentioned anything to us. I'm the match organizer with Kentaro, not the company. We don't know anything about it.
Meanwhile, Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi has expressed shock on the match-fixing allegations.
We're not here for that. We're here to play, to see our team improve and get ready for the World Cup.
If you have a hunch of a match-fixing allegation, you should inform both teams. You get FIFA informed, you get the Scotland FA informed, the Scottish team is informed, and the Nigerian team is left out, not informed. It only tells us that see where they are heading to. So for me, I know the Nigerian team would not indulge in such a thing.
France on Tuesday defeated Norway 4-0 in an international friendly ahead of the Brazil FIFA World Cup. Giroud scored twice as the Blues played 2 more warm-up matches against Paraguay and Jamaica before the World Cup. Meanwhile, protests have continued in Brazil, with the latest being indigenous peoples who said the large sum of money being used to host the World Cup should have gone towards the provision of social amenities. With Sports News Updates, I'm Anzi Marcus, NTA News.
President Goodluck Jonathan has received with great sadness news of the passing away of the Emir of Gombe, Alhaji Shehu Abubakar, who died in London on Tuesday. President Jonathan, on behalf of the federal government, extends sincere condolences to Governor Ibrahim Ankwambo and the people of Gombe State, especially the people of the Gombe Emirate, who the late Emir ruled with immense wisdom and dedication for many years. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President, Media and Publicity, Ruben Abati, says the President recalls with appreciation the warm reception and courtesies extended to him and his delegation by the late Emir during his visit to Gombe for the Northeast Economic